hate and anger. Where are we supposed to go now?
Straight to hell if we don't find a way to do this shit.
Making the sound design for a horror game has its unique challenges for sure.
The atmosphere becomes even more important because it's a way for us to get people to sort of feel what we want them to feel, and also at the same time sort of prepare them mentally for what's to come.
Some games you can just turn it off and you put on your own music, but you don't want to do that for GTFO. It's really an integral part of the experience that we want to give you.
Let's say you remove the music, suddenly people aren't playing together as much as they should because they're not as scared or not as excited or whatever it is. So it becomes extremely important.
It's a lot of fun just finding the right chord progressions and the right sounds and the dissonant noises and whatnot, and sort of manipulate sound into something creepier and try to affect the viewer or the one who plays the game, because it's a very powerful tool that is very important in horror games. Right at the beginning, we have the opportunity to set the mood, and I have a set of tracks, different tracks that we randomize between as you play the game. Then later on, the player really decides what happens, because they might, go in and start shooting, waking up monsters, being chased by monsters, and then the music changes to something different. And the music in GTFO is designed very much intentionally to not be able to be enjoyed, really. One of the most effective ways to make AI come alive and make you accept a character in the game as human is a voice, a recorded voice, because whatever's recorded, if it's a good performance and if it conveys a certain emotion, then nothing is lost when that's played back to the listener in the game.
Motion tracker is picking up something real close.
We got contact! Light him up!
The human voice is such a powerful instrument to inform the listener of what sort of atmosphere we're currently in. So this is...
Got the red key card.
Got the red key card. That implies that they've been looking for a red key card. I found that red key card that we were looking for. It's implied in the way he says it.
Got the red key card.
Got the red key card. But what happens if you find the red key card before you know what it's for?
Got a red key card here.
Then it's a red key card. Like, maybe that's something we might find useful later on. The game dynamically changes between all these intensity states, and then the voices of the characters need to adapt in order for it to feel natural, and of course also to enforce that atmosphere. But there are thousands of lines for every character. I don't think that players will notice that we actually go to this level of detail, but subconsciously I think you pick up sort of that the characters feel real. They feel more real when you have this level of detail. You kind of buy into the idea that they're real characters to a greater extent. For the music in GTFO, I actually use both Reaper and Ableton Live. I've always been a Windows user since I started using computers, even before I started making electronic music. And then when I started working in the games industry, everyone used, Windows computers anyway. So it just made sense to continue doing that, and I haven't been really challenged to use anything else. Audio has the potential to be so much more evocative of emotions, more so than visuals, really. You can inspire emotions or draw emotions out of a listener with audio more than you can with something purely visual that doesn't have any audio.
Dead creep!